Today we're building a professional YouTube studio in this tiny loft in this backyard office. So this is Cat, this is her space, and she's gonna show us around.
All right, let's go.
Let's go. Oh, and by the way, if you guys are wondering, I'm dealing with some skin issues right now. Eczema, flare-up, if you guys know what that is. But I still wanted to make sure that we could be here to show it for you guys and show it for Cat. So we're gonna make this thing happen, so let's go.
All right, so the big reason that we wanted to move into this house was having this space, have a workspace, and a video space, and a guest room that can be here all the time. And so my struggle was, how do I put a video studio up here in such a small, like weirdly shaped space and have it work? If I have to add friction of like setting up or putting away, I'm just not gonna do it. I'm just lazy, you know? I know if I get this working, I'll actually do videos.
Yeah, and key point I wanted to highlight too, if you're trying to be productive with your studio, if this is in any way related to a business you're trying to start and you want to get more content out there, try as hard as you possibly can to design your studio to never have to take it down. Not having that whole bottleneck in your process is gonna make you so much more productive.
All right, let's go.
Sweet.
Hold on tight.
This is awesome. All right, nice. It's kind of cozy up here.
Yeah, it's pretty small.
How big is this space?
I think this is like 5 usable feet.
So like I can pretty much kind of lie down here. It's almost 6 feet.
And then...
And the ceiling's pretty low too. Like,
yeah.
It goes all the way down here. So not much space to put light stands and a lot of like stands and stuff like that. So a tricky design situation for sure. Another thing I wanted to point out real quick, since we're up here, notice that we have these skylights. So these skylights are not easily convertible to being open or closed. So that's just something that we're gonna wanna play with, knowing that throughout the day, there's gonna be a lot of ambient light bouncing around. But I think this is a challenge that should be a lot of fun. So I'm excited. Okay, so thanks for the tour of the space. I think we all got a really good look at kind of what we're working with here. Can you talk about more of like what you're struggling with?
One thing is I feel like I've been underestimated pretty much my whole life. Maybe it's because I'm small and female, but I really think that sometimes it's a superpower because you can, if you're underestimated, the only place to go is up. But I also feel that that also lowers what I maybe walk into a situation with. And so I think doing something like this where I'm investing in myself, it's almost like showing up at a higher level from the beginning and not having to like prove myself.
And it's interesting you say that because when I first met you, I actually didn't know that you were the founder of one of my favorite companies. So Cat is actually the founder of Best Self, which one of my favorite products that they made is like question card decks. Cat actually invented, you were like one of the first people that created this thing. You see all of them everywhere now, but these question cards that help you forge deeper relationships with people around you. And so like, thanks to actually that, like my family has gotten closer than ever before. So thank you for doing that. That makes me really happy. So by the way, like this whole series of videos that we're trying to do is about bringing out stories of people who I think really deserve the attention and are doing really good like human work for the world. So by the way, if you know anybody else that you feel like deserves this, who happens to be in Austin, comment below. But that's really why like I wanted to kind of help you with your studio to kind of amplify the things you're doing because it's made a huge impact on me. So thank you for doing that.
That's awesome. I love that.
Oh yeah, awesome. So like I said, we already did some pre-work, so we can cut to that right now.
Yo, hey.
Hi. I think more clean minimalist is more my look. That happened to see this video the other day. My just background's pretty cool.
This Aldir, background is awesome. He's really good at this. Like he's essentially just got like a really cool white and gray space, and then he's lit it really well.
So I love the mid-century modern minimalist, so I was trying to do something with that. I also wanted to challenge myself to not have to buy a ton of new stuff, like the chair in the background and other things I already had, but that's kind of my style and that's what I was going for.
By the way, if you want access to our inspiration library that we used with Cat and with every single studio build we've ever done for clients and students in our course, link to that is for free down below. I wanted to make sure you guys had access to this because this is 250 plus examples of the best studio screenshots we've found on the entire internet by these amazing other creators. And the whole point of it is every studio build should start with you knowing where you want to go. The better the inspiration, the better your end product is going to be. So along with that, I'm also going to send you 7 days of my best studio tips. That way, your studio is going to look so amazing by the end. If you want that, the link to get that is down below. Otherwise, let's get started with this studio.
All right, so now's the fun part. We get to finally build this thing. We're gonna put all the pieces together and kind of figure out creatively how we solve this puzzle. So let's go.
All right, hey Kat. So how are you feeling?
Feeling good.
Okay, so we're almost done with the studio. We just have a couple finishing touches, and I want this to be a surprise for you. So are you okay with just not seeing it for now, or we'll bring you up in a second
Yeah,
when it's all done? Okay, cool, awesome. Let's finish up the studio. All right, so I think we're finally ready. So here's what happened. So we decided to put the camera smack in the middle right there. That way we can compose the shot so that we have equal amounts on both sides. So it's a very centered shot that we have. Next, for the lighting, we had to play around with some constraints, a lot of constraints here because we didn't have a lot of lights. We wanted to play with the stuff that Kat already owned. So what we did was we mounted this light here. It's just on a stand, but in the future, Kat's gonna mount it up here to the wall to get this out of the way. We had an issue with the key light. The key light is the light that's normally illuminating your whole face. The softbox on it was so big that we couldn't fit it into this tiny space. Obviously, we were playing with a lot more constraints here. And the idea is you want light to be washing across your whole face. So a tube light kind of does that job decently well. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna ask Kat to get a smaller softbox and swap it out whenever that arrives in the mail. So we're gonna make do with this for now. And then over here, the background, I think the biggest clutch move of all, we had just enough paint to paint that section, at least what shows up on camera. So now everything feels very cohesive and kind of falls back into the background. Again, not trying to hog too much of the attention away from Kat. And then what we did was we kind of put everything around here, showcase some of the products for the company that she's building. Again, amazing company you guys should check out. So again, we're trying to create textures, create layers here, right? Different layers in the background. So we at least have like 4. We have the background, we have this right here, we have the plant, we have this, and this chair. Another thing is we have this light here, and it's so important to have lights within your background so that you can create depth. You see how this light here and that light here shining on all this stuff really creates that depth of the background you're looking for. So when someone's looking at your studio, it's not a flat image. It's almost like looking at a museum diorama, like a real life-size set kind of thing. It really makes your studio come alive. So I think we're ready. We're gonna go downstairs and get Kat, and we're gonna see what she thinks. All right, Kat, go ahead and take a look.
Whoa.
How's it feel?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Pretty good.
Looking amazing.
I'm glad that we painted it. Nice. I actually love what you've done with this wall. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
Because it was so bare before with the hat. All right, you guys leave. I gotta do a video.
Okay.
Oh my God, remember earlier even the before picture, me showing up like a hostage victim? This is so much better. Like I want to do all my calls up here now too. I feel like a boss showing up like this.
Hell yeah.
This whole setup is legit.
You are a boss, like literally. So now you have a studio that you never have to move.
Yeah.
It's always ready for you. It looks freaking awesome. You can even hang out back here.
I know. I'm like gonna read books back there. Thanks.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Would you like to do the honors?
Hi, my name's Cat Lavery. Welcome to my dream studio.
Yeah! Woo! Awesome.
Oh, that was scary.
That was. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that and learned something. Click over here to watch another video where we go through another studio build, learn some more. Make sure to click on the link down below to get the inspiration library. you're building your own studio. I'll see you over there in a sec.
Today we're gonna be transforming this living room work setup into this beautiful video studio. All right, because this whole idea is a challenge, that we wanna keep this as cheap as possible, under $1,000 if we can, and we'll see how this goes.